Okay, previously I showed you how to make a simple curved wall attached to a curved piece like that. However, this time we're interested in whether it has a combination of concave and convex surfaces. So to do this, we take our profile and put it aside for the time being, and then, as with the previous example, we perhaps use a bit of scrap or the piece itself to set the distance. There we go. And cut all the way down. Again, not all the way through. And if we move the ruler down and line it up again, leaving the knife still in the piece. Quite often find that even if we have to cut again, the groove that we've already made is enough to keep the knife in. So, same as before, hold it from the end and chisel out the unwanted corrugated card, like so. Don't need that. And then it's always a good idea to do that bit before we do the scoring, as we are now. So it's always a good idea to have a wall this which is longer than the perimeter you want to stick it to. And so again, turning it round and just finishing that last one there. So again, it's worth checking that the profile fits all the way along, and that we're going to be able to get all the way round to that side, which we clearly are. So, as with the previous example, making sure you start from the right end with the glue. As this is such a long piece, it's probably going to be easier to glue a little bit at a time. So just start off with what you feel comfortable. You could always do more, or you could do less than this. So just beginning by joining it there. We keep our finger in place and go around. Don't worry about any little pieces that sort of splurge out there, because what you tend to find is that you can just go back and remove them, like so, and roll your fingers together, but taking care to do it when they've perhaps cooled down just a little bit, like then. So then hold this in place until you're happy that it's set, and then it's a good idea to make a little reference, maybe with your fingernail, so you can remember where you go up to before you turn that corner. And then we go back and we glue in up to that last bit. Again, if you get any glue coming out, wait till it's cooled down a little bit but not set, and remove it quickly and cleanly. So what you might be wondering is, do you want this edge to be nicely defined off that and off there, or do you want it to just bend round quite casually like that? Now this depends on the sort of things that you're trying to show in the piece of work for your design product. But let's say that you don't just want a sort of easy bend, and I'm going to glue that one in first. I'll show that one to show an example, and then if we take this and we wanted to make it a more neat fold, what you can do is lie it down, put a little marker, just carefully scoring it, just there, and so we've got a reference. And then we take out the back of the card, just with our fingernails, and what that'll allow us to do is get the ruler, and again using our ballpoint pen, create a fold just by pressing into it, and you can run it back a couple of times. Now what you'll see there is we've got quite a distinct fold in it, which will show through to the other side. So again, if we carry on with the gluing, carry on, and it doesn't matter if you overshoot because we can always trim off the excess. So now you'll see that if I hold that there and then bend that tightly round the corner, and again, don't worry about that excess. Of course, depending on if you wanted this completed, you could always put another fold there and carry on all the way down to that end using exactly the same process. But what you'll see now is we've got an example of a nice sharp-edged piece and a less sharp one, which actually is starting to bend the thing out of shape. So again, a reason to be a little bit more diligent with the corners. And so, just to finish, we cut off the excess, like so.